Hello crafty friends, I'm Lien from Studio Kato and I'm so happy you're joining me again today. Today I am celebrating along with Jane's Doodles and the entire team to celebrate the new release, and gosh, it's so cute. I am using the Love is in the Air stamp set, and I'll also pull out another stamp set later in this video, and it's just so adorable. I am stamping this plain image onto Clairefontaine DCP 250 GSM cardstock using my Misty, and I'm using the My Favorite Things Extreme Black ink to stamp it out. Now I'm going to leave this stamp inside the Misty because I am going to stamp over this image once it's colored with another ink and emboss it as well. I am also moving the cardstock down to stamp the second image. These are two bunnies inside the plane, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to stamp them first with My Favorite Things Extreme Black ink, and then I'm going to leave that stamp in the Misty so I can stamp over it once I'm done coloring. There are also two cats and two dogs in this stamp set, so you can switch out the critters in the plane, and they're really easy to line up. I am going to color now. This is a lot of coloring, but I sped it up for you so you don't have to sit here for ages. If you don't want to listen to me blabbering on about coloring, you can also just turn on some music. I wish I could put on some music for this, but with copyright, I just don't know how to do that yet. I'll figure it out someday. I'm using some mint colors or some teal colors for the plane. I'm also going to use some orange on some parts of the plane because it contrasts nicely with the teal, but it also fits the pink background that I'm going to be making. So I really planned out the colors for this card beforehand. I knew I was going to make a pink sky, and I knew I wanted a mint plane. I just thought just doing the teal or the mint would be a little plain. So I'm spicing it up with some orange as well to make it a little bit warmer. Now I'm sticking to two colors for the plane mostly, although I am adding in some gray for the wheels there. And then the bunnies, I am also coloring their accessories orange for the scarf, and I am using that same teal for the glasses too. And then I'm keeping one bunny plain gray, and I'm keeping the other one very light brown. So I'm using my alcohol markers, as you might have caught on to, and this paper is perfect for that, and this ink is perfect for that. But I really like a glossy embossed outline. So I am stamping this again, like I mentioned before. I'm using Versafine Onyx black ink now, and I'm stamping it first on the plane, and then I'm moving that cardstock down to stamp the two bunnies that I also left in my Misty, using that same ink again, the Versafine Onyx black. And this is really crisp black ink, but it also allows you to emboss with it because it stays wet for a while. So I am adding some Wow Clear Gloss Superfine Embossing Powder. And that clear glossy powder is going to turn the lines glossy, and it's also going to help to make that black even more dark and even more crisp. So I really like a really crisp black outline, so I love doing this. It's a tiny extra step, but it's usually worth it, I find. And once that's heat set, I can fussy cut this out. I did first use my craft knife to cut out inside the wings there, and inside those wheels, the landing gear, if you will. And I do that first before I cut out the entire image with my scissors, because if you have a lot of cardstock around your image, it's way easier to cut something out of it with your craft knife. It's a lot more stable, so it's a lot more easy to not drag the entire thing and crease it and things like that. It's just a lot less fussy. For the background, I die cut a mini slimline rectangle from pink cardstock, just some really soft pink cardstock. I used a Pinkfresh studio die for that. And I'm also using a cloud stencil by My Favorite Things. These are the rolling clouds, and I love these. And I absolutely love doing them in two opposing corners of the card. It adds a lot of depth to your card, and I really like it. I've done it before for night skies, and I figured I would do it for a really rosy sky now. I am using some pinks by Pinkfresh Studio. I will list all the colors I used down below. Now, this final layer had to be even darker, so I am first blending on that pink. This is the Raspberry Bliss, which is the darkest pink in the Pinkfresh Studio line. I'm saying pink so much in this video. But to darken it up even more, I'm also grabbing a red ink, blending that over top of it. Now, this does look a little bit too red for my liking, so to cool it down a little bit more towards that pink, I am going back over it with the pink too. So I have a dark pink now on the outside of these clouds. For these sentiments, I am using sentiments from the Love You stem set, also new by Jane's Doodles. And it's just chock full of sentiments. I really love this set. There are so many good ones in there, but I'm going for the Sending Love and the Hugs and Kisses stem set, or the stems rather. And I'm stamping those on my mini Slimline panel with Versafine Onyx Black ink. I'm stamping that a couple of times because this cardstock was really well textured. So I love a textured look, but it is a little bit harder to stamp on. I'm going to emboss this with the same clear gloss superfine embossing powder by Wow, and heat setting that with the Wow Jewel Heat Tool. And once that's done, it's time to assemble my card. I am going to add a matting layer from a bright orange cardstock to bring back that orange that I used in the details on the plane. I am just covering my mini Slimline card base with that. And then to prop up that pink panel, I am stacking up 3 or 4 layers of thick white cardstock and gluing those together to stack behind the pink panel. And that will just add some really sturdy dimension. I propped the plane up on some foam tape, and then I can add some pink gems to finish it off. These are the Periwinkle Meraki Sparkle gems by Crafty Meraki. I really like these. And they shift between pink and teal, so they perfectly fit this card. I'm gluing them on using my jewel picker and some Nuvo Deluxe adhesive, but it was a little bit hard to glue them on right there in the nooks and crannies of that plane, but it worked out in the end, so it's fine. I am just finishing that off and then moving on to a matching envelope. I found a patterned paper that perfectly fit the sentiment of this card because it has EXO and hearts all over it. And it also fits the teal or the mint of my plane perfectly, so I had to use this. It also has some gold foiled hearts, so it's really pretty patterned paper. I'm just folding a mini Slimline card base for that, or an envelope rather. And I will leave all the information on making envelopes down in the description below, so you can check that out if you're curious. And that's my project finished for today. I highly recommend you check out the Jane's Doodles hop that's going on. I really love the new stamp set, and I can't wait to see what the other members of the team created with this. It's just so gosh darn cute, and I have a couple more ideas with the stamp set as well that I hope to make soon, so you'll see those soon as well. I hope you check out the blog hub, and I hope you check out the new release over at Jane's Doodles. Make sure to enter in the blog hub giveaway too. I'm pretty sure there's one going on. I might have just gotten your hopes up for nothing, but usually Jane's Doodles does a fun little giveaway as well. I will link all the relevant things in the description below. I don't link to products usually, so you'll just find a product list in the description. I hope that's okay. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up on this video and leave your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to read them. You can also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my videos, but in the meantime, I want to just thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.